Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Let's see if this thing is working. I think it is. Another live stream, another night working on the game. They've been very sparse. Sparse, is that the word? I think so. The past couple of nights, really busy with other things. Ooh, dropped my phone here. And I've been away a lot, but fear not. Tonight we are once again working on the game. If you've watched last stream, you know that we were grey boxing the tunnel level. We were placing some enemies, and we had two types of enemies, like one small critter which crawls to you, does damage when it touches you, it blows up. And one enemy that throws bombs at you. And we placed them all over the level. And today we are going to... Whoa, that was a huge bang. And today we are going to make a new enemy. But first, let me... Yes, switch to this one. And let me maybe play through the level a little bit. Why not? Why not? Let's see what we have right now. It's been a while since I played this level. Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right, let's check it out. So we have these bombardiers, which basically throw bombs. And if you are in the area or vicinity of a bomb, of course you take damage. I added that if you start... like getting close to one of these bombardiers, I thought it would be weird if it didn't like react. So I made them faster and throw bombs at you always. Ooh. And this one always throws bombs at you. They can also do that. I think I will have them sort of differentiate that with colors. All right, let's not die. So these are these blast beetles. They, oh yeah, of course I die right over there. I wanted to show you one of the beetles. Getting close and sort of. So one thing I added, if I go sort of out of range, if you look at like, this one should be walking around. I think it's stuck or something. Let's see if we can lure it out. I think it's stuck in the wall. That's fine. I actually made them sort of wander around a little bit because I thought it was weird that they were just basically stationary, but they should be like little bugs, right? All right, so let's first kill the nest. This water is also deadly. I am actually going to kill everyone. No! That was dumb. I have to fix that roll. I'm still working on that, guys. Still working on that. Ooh. All right. So this area I did change a little bit because it used to have like 4 bombardiers on each corner. That was undoable. Wow, these also spawn way too fast because I am already almost dead. I'm not really sure if one is hiding here. Ah! So these blocks should be falling. I did add sort of a screen shake thing. So that's sort of the point of this all. The screen will start shaking and things will start dropping down and like crashing over here, crashing over there, and just crashing all over until you get the this part. I think there's one over here. Do. Ooh. It almost bombed me. So you gotta sort of time it in between the throws of the bombs. My PC is lagging a bit, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I also added these things. They will also be sort of breakaway platforms. The screen shake is a bit jarring, but it's all work in progress. It's all gray box. All right, so we walk over the pipes. Oh, this next... Ah! No! Damn it! What I was going to say is this next section reminds me that I actually did spend some time working on this level. I just forgot. Because I was trying to make the waterfall platforms, which are these guys. These were some finagling around. So as you can see, they spawn in right now just randomly. Or, well, not randomly, but they just spawn in right here. I will have them sort of move out of a pipe or something like that so that it feels a bit more logical than them just appearing. I tried a lot of different things, making the water a conveyor belt which moves rigid bodies around. I actually made sort of a new script which was like an auto mover to move objects around because I wanted these things to tumble off edges, but in the end it was nasty code. It didn't work. It had a lot of exceptions, and it was just overall really weird. So I just basically opted to give them I'm still parented to one. Lol. I basically opted to make them my moving platforms, which just move from waypoint A to waypoint B, and I extended that script a bit to say that if a platform leaves a bounding box, if you set a boolean, it will sort of teleport to the first waypoint again. That's how I fixed this. Might change it. It's not really... I sort of had in mind that, like, right over here at this edge, they would sort of fall over and tumble down, but I might still be able to work on something for that. I died. Well, that sucks. There's a platform here, right? And there's one here. Screw you, blast beetles. They are actually quite nasty. So this is actually an area I want one of the new enemies to appear in, but we will have to make it. Ooh. I think I will go up first. Stop it! Oh, it was too late. Stop it. So I will need a camera collider here so that the camera moves down, but I don't have one yet. Stop making... So that's the idea, right? Those big boxes are like nests of blast beetles or sort of factory creators, some things. Here we save someone. Then we go over here. I also want... Ooh. This is not a nav mesh obstacle yet. Well, we might be able to fix that. I also want some of those enemies here. What's that? 4? How many times did I die? Might be a little bit too hard. This is one of my favorite sections. I love this one. If you guys haven't seen this one yet, this is my favorite section. Perhaps in the entire game. I just love it. I love it so much. I like the verticality. I like the design of it. Yeah, I like it. Do I make that? Yes. So now we're moving with the platforms, which is new. Ooh, that one's a little bit close, but I made it. All right. So here we have some expose section. I would like to do something cool with, like, now it's just a gray wall, but I would like to do something cool with looking through and maybe like seeing things in the background. Perhaps even the boss, like foreshadowing of the boss. So if you can imagine like having pipes stick out this way so you can look in and maybe move in a little bit or something. So here's another encounter I want to have with the new enemies. Why is there a random... Whoa, that guy. Oh, that's why there was a random... Oh, that's nice. So it basically wandered from here to all the way over there because it just... I made a script which is just idle around, and it basically takes a radius, say 5 units, or something like a small area, a small circle around Carly in this case, and it just picks a random point on the nav mesh and walks over there, and then it idles around a bit, and then it picks a new spot and a new one and a new one. So it basically wandered all the way from here, all the way to over here. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, shouldn't have dropped myself. So this one's actually broken because this one should also drop. But it doesn't. We'll have a look at it. Oh, so that one also breaks. Ah, more platforms. Oh, that was a bit of a stretch. And so, like I said last time, I would love for there to be like a secret here. So if you stay up here and you go over there, there's something... I don't know, maybe a secret. So there should be a big battle over here as well. This is still a big empty area. I said that last time as well. This one's a bit far away. No. Maybe I should have this one shoot at you always. That might be nicer. No. Boom, 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 boom. Don't. Going through the door. These are actually throwing up. They're throwing up. I like that. There should be like one of those big enemies here as well. Get away, you. Nope. Do I have my sound on? No, I think so. Think of my game. Is there anything here? Oh no. So here there's another like big shake, like things dropping down, things falling. I need to dodge stuff and dying, you know, those kind of things. The whole place is crashing down, and then we are at the boss fight. Into his belly. All right. But enough of that. Enough of that. All right. Let me get back into what we are going to do. So we are going to make a... what I have in mind. A drone enemy that flies around. It's basically just a walking enemy, but off the floor. So you would actually have to use your air attack. It always looks at the player and it fires like one of those big round giant balls. It does that, and then every once in a while it sort of stops, it charges, and then it fires basically a grid of them or multiple of them, so that it basically blocks off an area for a little while because those bullets sort of linger, or a net or something. But it should be somewhat of an area denial enemy, something like that. In the gauntlet. Did I change anything? Wait, you guys. First, lettuce. Eat some lettuce. Breakaway platform. That is a trigger. Which one is this? So why isn't this working? Breakaway. It's untagged default. Let me see. Let me see for 2 seconds if we can fix this, because I find it very annoying that it doesn't work. So maybe it doesn't register the on trigger enter. All right, so that's it. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it register? That's weird, right? Why if I make it bigger? Well, doesn't really matter. It works. Great success. Why doesn't... That's weird, right? That it doesn't work. Oh, well. A bullet storm drone. That's what it's called. So this is sort of my test area. This one can actually go. This one can also go. Let's clean this one up a little bit. All right. So I already started this a while ago with this little thing. See, I can already kill it. I maybe should make a button to spawn it in. This drone actually made me start this new way of programming my enemies, in which I have sort of enemy walk behaviors, EWBs, because I was making a lot of new enemies, and I was finding that I was like reprogramming the same movement patterns, which is basically follow the player, or find a random spot in an area, or just stay away from the player, as in this case the EWB stay away from player script does, right? So what this script does is, as soon as the player gets close, the navmesh agent, because I'm using navmesh agents, they try and find a new route, right? And if I say always look at player, then it always orients towards the player. Now in this case, if I tick this off, this doesn't work, because now the enemy doesn't rotate anymore, and that is, if I restart it again, if I don't do this, then it will work. Right, so now it rotates away from the player, so you can have it basically run away. And the reason that this doesn't work is, as soon as I tick this boolean on start, it sort of disables the rotation of the navmesh agent, but I don't turn it on. And I have some control over this, right? So I have a radius in which the distance is to the player. So if I put this actually at 0, it will basically always try and stay at the player, which I don't want, but you know. And I can also have it stay at distance. So if I set this distance to 10, so now there are 10 units between the enemy and the player. And if I tick stay at that distance, it will always try to maintain that distance. But if I tick that boolean off, set it to false, it will try to maintain that distance, but as soon as I move away, it will stay away from me. And that is actually the behavior that I want for the drone. I want it to always sort of, I don't know, maybe 15 or something like that, have a distance to the player, but as soon as the player leaves, I just want the drone shooting at the player, and I don't want it to move closer. Although I could, so we could mess around with that. But basically now everything is in that movement script, and so I can make a whole new enemy, put the stay away from player script on it, and automatically if I put an navmesh agent on that object, it would stay away from the player, which is really cool. Alright, let's get into it. I have to check in my preferences. Yeah, so Visual Studio is still in here. That is cool. So let's open the drone script. Is it opening the drone script? Yes, it is. That is good. So actually I had some problems as perhaps some of you saw in the last stream, with Unity losing its link with Visual Studio Code, which is super annoying. Is the Bulletstorm behavior fully empty? Is it really? I think it is. Oh, it is, because there basically is nothing. So you might ask, where do all these things come from? They come from the enemy, because Bulletstorm drone behavior is a inherits from enemy. How would you then call it? Is it an inherited script? An inheritance? It's an inheritance from enemy? It inherits from enemy, which has all kind of neat behaviors like the activation and resetting, stuff like that. All right, so we wanted to fire at the player. So it is now just a cube. I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger, just so that we can see it a little bit better. And I'm also wondering, well, we'll figure out the specifics of destroying it in a little while. So it has a destructible, which is basically my catch-all class for making things that you can destroy with your wrench sword. Yeah, so it's this one. So I basically want to make a turret or a gun which always fires bullets. Let's just make a gun that fires bullets first. I will call this gun point, which is the point from which we are going to spawn bullets. Yes, that is what we're going to do. So we'll make a serialize. Come on, Visual Studio. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. We are just in. Nice. So that also happens. Like what's that about? Why? All right, so we're gonna make a private transform. And we'll also call it gun point, which basically is the point from the gun. Then we will have a private enumerator. We'll call it fire. Like I said, I want to have two behaviors, right? So the first is basically just always shoot at the player, and then another behavior is sort of the net or the grid of bullets that I wanted to shoot to sort of make area control. But let us, for tonight, maybe focus on just basically making it a sniper drone. Perhaps that is enough, but let's do that. But I'll call it fire normal. Yo, welcome everyone. Fire normal. Turn null so that it doesn't break on us. So we also want. Let me program it nicely for you all. Let's make some nice headers. Normal fire satay. Nice. State is what I wanted to type, but you know. What the heart is full of. Is there an English saying that goes something about what you think about a lot you say? We in the Netherlands say, waar het hart van vol is, loopt de mond van over. Which basically means if you have something on your mind all the time, you start to say stuff about it. And I was thinking about satay. Well, who blames me? All right. We'll make a fire. We'll call it normal fire rate. Set that to 1 second, which is basically every normal fire rate time will fire off a bullet time. Let's just call it fire rate. That is fine. So we'll Yeah. All right, and so then we would also need a Boolean. I'm just going to make it, perhaps we're not going to use it, but we'll make a Boolean for normal. I actually want to call it fire state. Normal fire state. Let's just call it like that. We'll say true. Yeah, so here we can say if the normal fire state still is true, then we're going to start coroutine fire normal again. So this way we have it loop all the time. Here we'll say yield return new wait for seconds, because we're going to wait the normal fire rate in seconds, and then here we are going to fire a bullet. And that code I'm just going to copy from all my other enemies. And so if we're still in the normal fire state, yes, but what we can also do is we'll do a private coroutine normal fire routine, so that we can stop it and do stuff with it. Ah! Alright, and then protected override void start, because this is a why thank you code thing. That is exactly what I wanted. Here we are going to have a fire. No, we're actually not going to do that here. We're going to do that in the protected override void activate. No, not check activate. Activate. Oh, it's a public. Activate enemy. Here we are going to do that. If no fire rate and starts true. Yeah. So for those of you wondering why I'm using protected or public, so as I said, this class inherits from enemy, which is sort of my base enemy class, which handles a lot of stuff, so that if I make a new enemy, I just inherit it from enemy and I have access to all those things. And there are certain functions which are private, as such they are protected, and there are functions which are public. And some are virtual, which means that in inherent classes I can override them and append them. That's the right word, right? And append on them, or append them. Write in extra code, like this one. So basically it says now, if the enemy is activated, I want you to start shooting, and I'm also going to make right away public override void deactivate enemy. Yes. Well, I can do it like this. Wow, why did you paste it over there? So you can make this base function, but you cannot paste normally. All right. If normal fire routine not equals null, so if it exists, I'm going to say, well, not move all this out of the way. Stop, coroutine, normal fire routine. Yes. Extend their functionality. Thanks, Furfur. That's exactly what I wanted to say. But it still does, if you do like base dot deactivate enemy, it does all the things that it has here in deactivate enemy, which is stop the. It does all sorts of cool things. It stops the nav mesh and it decreases the threat level, which is for the dynamic music. So now if you deactivate, it would stop firing, which is pretty cool. All right. Let's copy it from the monitor, although that soul bullet, which actually shoots the. No, let's do the. No, the burst ball has a fire circle. The monitor actually doesn't shoot anymore. Let's just copy this in. This should be fine. Don't want a fire sound. So I basically have a singleton, which is a VFX object pools, of which I can get all my VFX, bullets, particles, everything. So basically I make a new bullet, which is a bullet, and it gets pooled from a pooled object, so it doesn't really make a new one if it doesn't have to. But if I get one, then set that to system, and we call it just gun point, right? Yeah, set it to the gun point, set its rotation also to the gun point, and since it is a projectile, it also wants a bullet speed. Let's do that. That might actually be really nice to be able to control. I believe 15 is somewhat of a basic or standard thing. Then I have factions, which I actually don't think I need anymore, but they're sort of helpful. So if I would set this to something different than a bot, that meant that this bot would be able to destroy other bots. But now it isn't, because its faction is bot, and the robot itself is also of the faction bot, and factions cannot damage each other. So that way you can also like have the blast beetles blow up each other and stuff like that. Alright, so we spawn it in, and that is okay. And so since it's a bullet and a projectile, it will basically just, as soon as it's spawned, move forward. So we have to start angling the gun point, or the barrel, towards where the player is, because I actually want to, yeah, well, that will be some interesting math. Perhaps we ought to try and Google that, or use some chat GPT to have it. No, I can have it look at, right? Just use the look at. That might be fine. But first, let's do this. So the bullet will just spawn out, but I do want it to be the big bullets, because I think those are cool. And the burst ball does spawn those. And they are, of course, called giant bullets, because why not? All right. So a giant bullet. Spawn it from our gun point. See what it does. Theoretically, since this thing is always looking at the player, I do think they will be going out the wrong way. Oh well. If Unity is going to do anything, yes, please. Unity. I guess everyone also heard of the great news Unity announced their immense failure and stepped up. I'm glad to hear it. It's, we'll see what happens. Finally here. I was just reading a comment. For first working on his own game. That is amazing. Well, thank you. I'm always glad if someone feels inspired to make their own game from my devlogs or my streams or my... That is basically why I am doing this. Because making games is fun. It's hella fun. Alright, let's see what happens. I already saw something red appear behind my mic here because, of course, we forgot to drag in the frickin' gun point. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't know where to spawn. Ooh. Oh, it actually already. But, of course, it shoots... Oh, it doesn't even shoot over my head. Let's see how high we are. How high up are we? Oh. That is not. Don't shoot me! So it is basically already shooting at me. I think the projectile speed should be a little bit slower. Perhaps 10. And these bullets, again, guys, everything is work in progress still. I'm not working on art. I'm just trying to prototype something. So that is something that I really dislike. The fact that if he's moving forward, then bullets spawn within himself, but like, I don't know, might not be that big of a problem. All right. That is a bit too fast. I could also have it like shoot X amount of bullets and then go into... I think we'll do that, so that at least after some amount of bullets it will just idle around. No, it's like, this is way too fast. The gauntlet is done. Whoa there. So I do actually like the gun point. I would like it to shoot at Carly's sort of center of mass. A couch multiplayer vehicle combat game. For first working on a couch multiplayer vehicle combat game. That sounds hella fun. I'm curious. Do you already have a name? A name for the game? Wait. Odd Horizon says, add a child game object where the bullets spawn that'll always be in front of the player in the direction he's facing. I'm not sure I am following. Add a child object where the bullets spawn that'll always be in front. Or perhaps I'm not reading in front of the player in the direction he's facing. Do you mean like have the bullets home in on a spot in front of the player? Is that what you're saying? So that Carly sort of walks into the bullets? That's like that is also pretty nefarious, I'd say. Well, we could do that. Let's first let's have the gun point rotate towards Carly's center. Let's first do that. Let's see if we can get that working. That would mean that so what I'm thinking about is I could do it in the fire routine, right? Just basically every time. Wow, my brain just short-circuited there. So I could have like all the time, like let's say you have like this drone, right, and it has like a giant gun underneath, and it basically the drone always rotates towards Carly, and the gun like always follows her around and fires. But you could also have it like do that. Let's basically just write a function that sort of tilts, rotates the gun point towards that. So let's make that a private. Oh, I guess I actually already have that. Aim at player. I think I already have. Which used to do that? Did the money turd used to do that? No, that one didn't aim up or down. Which one did that? Or was that a long time ago? That was a long time ago. I think the wave hammer doesn't aim at the player. No. Well, let's just write something new. People having intrusive thoughts here. I love it. No, keep all the input coming. Keep it coming. I love it, but it would actually make it smarter, right? So it could make it harder if you play like on a more like on a higher difficulty setting or something. It would feel like sort of it's anticipating your movement. That is actually pretty sick. All right, so we want to have, I believe, let me Google that. Transform.lookAt, I think, is what we want, right? Rotates the transform. Let me pull that up for you guys. Rotates the transform so the forward pointing vector, the forward vector points at the target's current position. That is exactly what we want. So could we just have it like this? Look at. Rotate the camera every frame so it keeps looking at the target. Same as above, but setting the world up parameter. Turns the camera on its side. So you can sort of, because now it always has basically forward watching, because it always does that, but you can change the up vector. So you could have it upside down, stuff like that. All right, but basically we just want to do the look at. Oh, Art Horizon says something. It's the bombardiers. They always look at the player. You are actually right. As soon as you get close. But that is not the bombardier itself. That is actually its... I actually have one here. Stay a distance, and if you look at the player, stay away from player. No, so it's enemy walk behavior. Look at target. This one basically looks at... Yeah, but this one doesn't do it over the Y, but I do want it at the Y. Why? Why not? So I think we could just do this. Gunpoint dot transform dot look at. Get my player state machine. No, let's do her center target. Whoa, 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 doo. Let's try and do it only whenever we fire a bullet. I think that would be fine. Let us check it out. Hello, hello, welcome everyone, welcome. How could we actually check this? Let me... make a gun in here. Why not? No, the gun isn't like that. Is the gun like that? I always forget which one is the... I think it's like this. And then I want the cube to... Wow. Wow, Unity. Let me do it like this, and I will remove the box glider. I know what it looks like. Get your mind out of the gutter. So it looks as if it's working. So now every time it shoots, it sort of adjusts. It adjusts. It adjusts its erection. I know. Oh, getting banned on YouTube right here. I should watch my mouth. Perhaps kids are watching. What are you doing, Lex? Come on. Come on. Let's also make a protected procedural. No. Protected override. Override void update. Base update. Always aim at the player though, but it should only do it if enemy is active. Otherwise, you should not. Because if the enemy is not active, then you should not, you know, aim at the player. And it basically now always shoots at Carly's center. So the gun looks, of course, a little bit weird, but the thing, that is because the ball actually spawns at the other end of the of the stick, but this lets us view very nicely that it does indeed it does indeed aim at Carly. So if she's really close, I do feel like I actually want this unit to stay at not to stay at the distance. So if like I want it, does this make more sense? So if I get close, like it starts to walk away, but if it is away from me, it doesn't necessarily want to get closer again. Or does it feel better if it wants to stay at a distance? It feels more dynamic though. Yeah, well, I'm never going to kill it now because it... Oh, it still keeps... Oh, and of course it sort of keeps its behavior. It keeps half of its behavior because it is not deactivated. And if I parent this, everything will disappear if I destroy it. This thing is a bit ridiculous though, is it? We know that it works. Let me move it back. Could also be like in the gun more. That might actually be, or in the drone more. I do think the drone has to ignore hits then. Otherwise it will be blown up. Look at this little bugger. So the gun actually also sways to the side because it cannot keep up, which is not what we wanted, but it actually looks pretty cool. At least I think so. It also means sort of that it's independent of the thing, of the drone itself. It's actually pretty nasty. So I cannot easily kill it right now without taking some hits, which is, you know, not good. So let's make sort of the semi-intended behavior that we wanted. So I will go back into the code. Fire rate. I will make a new variable. Well, not like that. Which is also a private. Let's make an int because it is a whole number. Number of shots. Normal shots. Number of normal shots. Let's have him fire, I don't know, 5 times, like as a base. And then I want to have a counter, so I will make a private int privat. No, private int bullet counter equals 0. If the enemy activates. Now I want to reset it anyway. If it deactivates, I don't have to reset it, but yes, all right. So if normal state and bullet counter is lower than lower than number of normal shots, and after it has fired, I will say a bullet counter plus plus. So if we shoot 0, yeah, so it should be smaller than, yes, and else, and here can I do this? Or does it complain? No, it complains. Here we would want to start like doing the grid shot or the, you know, the other thing that we want to do. But for now, what I actually want to do, oh no, so let's do that. But let's make it something else. Let's make it a weight for now, but I'll still call it a different state. So we'll call it normal fire state. We'll call it, I feel like it has to be some sort of grid or something like that. But for now, we'll only do a float. which we'll call idle time. And we'll set that to 3 seconds, 2 seconds maybe. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Idle time, we'll set that to idle time, we'll set that to 3 seconds. I don't actually think I need something there. Yeah. So we'll make another private enumerator, sorry. We'll call it fire grid. And here I'll just say yield turn new wait 4 seconds. And we will wait idle time seconds. But what I'm going to do is since I have a enemy walk behavior on there, and I only have one, because in some cases I can have multiple, but I actually have a EWB, which is a variable that comes from the parent, like the enemy, and I can deactivate that as soon as I get in here, which means that it will not be following or moving around, and then afterwards I will activate that again. Yes, that is exactly what I want. Yeah, so here I can say if, or else actually, no, I don't need this. Else, if this is actually the case, I can start a coroutine, and that is a fire grid. I have no idea what happened. What are you doing, computer? Fire grid. Yes. I actually, after waiting this time, I actually want to start firing again. All right, so what I think will happen is as soon as the enemy activates, we start firing. It fires a projectile. We add to the counter. And if fire state normal, we could have this to false just for the heck of it. And we haven't met our number of normal shots. We shoot again, do it again, do it again, do it again until we hit 5. And that is okay because the 0 also counts. Then we will start fire grid, but now fire grid only deactivates the movement, so the enemy freezes. It waits the idle time that we have set, in this case 3 seconds, and after that it activates the walk behavior again, and then it will start to fire on again. All right. Let's see what happens. It should work. As I would love to say, famous last word. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Now it stopped shooting, it stopped moving. I can actually kill it, which is great. Let's see if it also returns to doing what it does. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Now it should do some crazy shit. Like 1. That's weird. So that is of course completely not weird, because nowhere in this part or this part we reset the bullet counter to 0. So basically, because it says start this sequence, it fires again and it adds 1+, so it basically becomes, 6. So as soon let's do that. Let's do that here because it doesn't really matter. Now, just to verify that everything works fine. Come on, Unity. I hope Unity doesn't start charging by loading time. Too soon? Maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I can kill it. I can kill it. Oh, and it still starts shooting, even though it has been destroyed. And we all know why that is. It is because it was still in this coroutine, then it got destroyed. But the parent object doesn't get destroyed, it just gets... Hey, it should get deactivated, actually. That is actually something that should happen. Then coroutines can't run on deactive objects, right? Oh, it doesn't get deactivated. Why not? Why not? It should, actually. It should. It should very much so. Let's see what happens here in death. Oh, wait, death needs to handle that. I don't think I have a death yet. Nope, I don't. Alright, let's add in a death. That's right away. I actually don't have to do that. I can set these, though. That might be nice for the reset. Wait, I could also have these in death, because otherwise they won't stop running. And I am also going to make a coroutine for the grid fire. Why not? Why not? Grid fire routine. Because basically what happens is if it's still in here, it starts firing again, and then it starts doing the whole loop. Loop the loop. It starts doing the whole loop. Although I could also do something like this. If is enemy active, I could catch it with something like this, which might actually be the cleanest thing. So basically, if the enemy is not active, then this doesn't happen at all, and it doesn't get called at all. But, you know, it is better to also have multiple saves. So let's see if this works. Oh, you guys are active in the chat. I love it. I love it. Hey, everyone. Furfur says 20 cents every time you click the play scene button. Damn, they would be filthy rich. They would be filthy rich. Alright, so I destroy. Oh, I actually missed. Wow. Wow, Alex. Wow. Wow. So I destroyed it, so it shouldn't start shooting again. That would be really nice if it wouldn't. Nope. So it seems to work. And as you can see, the full object is now turned off because I forgot it has a death. I cannot turn it on. It won't work because the destructible is death. It's dead. I wonder if we could place it in. Or perhaps we could modify its shooting behavior a bit. I think it's a bit dull. I feel it's a bit dull. So we could have it faster. So, but if it's like faster. Oof. I also feel these things should be way slower. That makes them much harder because they linger around more. But then, of course, it should wait a little bit longer. This makes it tremendously harder. And of course, you shouldn't like die at once. It now basically only needs 2 hits, I think. Yeah. Let's make that 5. That's better. That's better. Oh, wait. Reset again. But what did we do? We made this like 5, but perhaps a bit. 10 shots. Make it a little bit faster. Oh, this feels better. So one thing I don't like, but that's the way I implemented it right now, is that I can actually corner it. And that is because it, of course, is hard trying to stay away from the player. So it basically starts getting stuck on edges. Why was I dying? I cannot dodge roll anymore. Why not? That is weird. Why not? And now I can again. That's a bug. If I die? Is that what happened? Did I die? I think so. Or did I do a... Wow, what happened? Well, that's a bug. I hope I never... Oh, crap! Oh, no, that's actually fine. So yeah, that is actually one thing I kind of dislike, if it gets stuck in a corner like this. I would love for this absolute unit to sort of figure out by itself that it could actually go to the other side and have more freedom. How would I do that? Furfur asks how big the bullet collider is. It's almost... It's a bit smaller. Oh, wait. Or is this... Oh, no, this is it. It's a little bit bigger. I said it was smaller, but it isn't. It's bigger. This one is it. Ah! Why am I through the floor? Why not? Is what I would say. Why not? But you can actually destroy these bullets. You know? So, there's that. So you could actually... Oh! Stop shooting me. Stop shooting me, Mr. Robot. I kind of like it. So, but yeah, like I said, that cornering behavior, that's... That's something I would like to address, but I'm not really sure how right now. Hey, John, this enemy, it's called the Bulletstorm Drone. Because it's sort of a flying drone. It's a bit too small here. I think it will be bigger. Let's see. So how would I want to do the grid? I would actually very much like to see some sort of decal on the floor where the bullets are, I guess. Maybe it's fine if you sort of have the feeling of dodging them. See, now it always stays in the corner, which I think is a shame. So perhaps I do want it to always move with the player. Because that way it also... So what could I do about this cornering? So staying away from the player basically means move in the other direction as the player is moving at you, right? So it would always... So this way I can sort of lure it into a corner. It basically always turns away from me, and if I'm underneath it, it will do like... It will try to find the closest vector. So this is better, I guess. I'm not really sure about this one yet. Not really sure. I cannot roll again. What happened? What happened? Why? Why can I only air dodge? Dash. That's a bug. That's a bug. It's a bug. Oh no, I hate it. I hate it already. I hate it already. Why is that happening? Did it have to do something with me dying? No, I cannot. Fair enough, fair enough. Making it a bit smaller, like the collision on the balls. Make the ball collision a bit smaller. No, I don't. I want to figure out right now why I'm stopped from dodging sometimes what happens, but I will figure that out on a different time, because I also need to change the roll anyway, because I don't like it. But it's a start. Just keep moving, just keep moving. All right, Dory. So for the grid fire, let's see if we can figure something out. I would like it to be sort of a bullet cloud or something. It could just really frantically do like at random places, like do like 10 shots like randomly towards the player or something like that, of really slow moving objects. That might actually be really funny. Just like sort of in the general direction of the player, but then like randomly offset. Let's see if that's cool. I don't know if that's cool. I don't know. Is that cool? I don't know. Let's just see if we can do it. Yes, I want to do that up here, because then I want it to wait the idle time. So we need another couple of things. I actually want to move this one up here, because it's not specifically to this one. Normal shots. We actually need all of these again. I will call it random shots. I could also use the same bullet counter for that. That is fine. Let's do all the privates down here. It's a bit neater. Neat. This is random fire rate, and we'll call it random bullet speed. Yes. So the number of random shots, it's increased that. Let's have this be super fast, or at least faster, but the bullets move really, really slow. All right. So now it's always aiming at the player, but I only want to do that if normal fire state is on, because otherwise we cannot like erratically move that thing. So we're going to make a if statement. No, for loop. For I equal I equals 0. No. I is no. Stop it. That's why I hate auto thing. Number of random shots. No. Stop making it something that it's not. I should have done like that. All right, fair enough. Perhaps it was my fault. All right, so we want to aim at the player. No, let's actually not do that. Let's do it. Let's do it ourselves, because we're going to give it a vector 3 random offset equals random dot range. Let's make it a vector. And so we'll do like 0 to 10. I don't know, perhaps that is... Let's also make that... Let's make it a variable. A random offset range. Let's now make it 10. So from 0 to random offset range. And we'll do that just on every axis. I don't know, maybe. And then here we just add these two together, can't we? Oh, because this needs a... Oh, it needs a transform. Well, that sucks. Because it's looking at a transform. And I cannot do like position. Oh, I can actually. Let's see if this works. So I get the position of the... Does it have an override? Oh, it also has an override. So now it's a vector. All right, so that's cool. That's cool, that's cool. That's my bad, my bad. So now it randomly rotates towards the center target of Carly, but with an offset. So it sort of should shoot 10 random bullets somewhere near Carly, making it sort of an area. I don't know, I guess. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't need a bullet counter. So we'll do this. We'll do like so, and then we will wait. Random fire rate, yes. And then it will still idle around. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see if this is cool or it is whack. Probably both. And if it looks weird, that is completely fine. You know, in this prototyping stage, it just needs to, you know, it just needs to feel good. Idle time, all right, number of random shots, offset 10. 10 might be even a bit too much, actually, thinking about it. So if I have my gun point, so that would be, well, no, 10 would actually maybe be a little bit too little. Like on the x-axis, could be somewhere around 30 actually. Oh, remember what I also want? Let's do that, because basically it can now only move that way, because I added from 0 to 10, but I should actually from minus my offset move to plus my offset. If that makes sense. Like, so this random offset range should actually be from minus random offset range to random offset range. Because that way it could also move like minus 10 and plus 10. Otherwise it can only move from 0 to plus 10. And so you only get like, this. Thinking about it, I think it should actually not be on the z-axis. No. So on the z-axis, we should just have 0. What's wrong with you? Oh, wait, there's a thing too much. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, and again, 10 might be a little bit too little, so that's why it's nice that we added a variable for that, so we can check it out. But it's like 10 bullets, so it should be okay. So perhaps we want the random offset range to be 20. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it still keeps aiming at me. So that, why does it? So that didn't look right at all. So that does not look right at all. So for the Y, I actually do want it to be, do I want it to be 0? Oh wait, that's the Y? So for the X, that is weird. I actually want it to be 0. Zero through the offset range. So Carly center. So rotate to a random offset. Then spawn a bullet there. This should be random bullet speed. Wait. Random. Random bullet speed. See, that's what autocomplete does. Random blah, blah, blah. Yeah, random bullet speed should be a giant bullet. What else did we? Random fire rate. Did use that one, right? Wait, random fire rate. Yeah. So 1. It should do this again. All right, let's see what's happening, because it's not looking great. It's not looking as I expected. I expected more of a if you get what I'm saying. So let's also perhaps stab. Whoa, bro. Sounds like a war zone out here. Wait, let's do something else as well. How many bullets are you going to fire? You're going to fire 2. Thank you. 1, 2. So it's sort of doing what I would like it to do. Eh. So are they moving up or not? Let me look at this from the side. So are they ever really... So one of the things, of course, is the fact that it sort of keeps spreading them. But what I would like to happen, I guess, is it be stationary. But of course, I'm every bullet pulling for Carly's position. So I'm saying, hey, where is Carly? And then give that a random offset. But what I would actually like is this be, hey, just fire in this position. See, I like that better. That looks better. They just, but they still move up. That's a bit weird. How is it possible that they still move up? I thought Let's see what happens if I only... If also like the X is set, and let's say I cannot calculate that random offset every time. Let's, for sake of things, say factor 3. Carly position is so that when she keeps moving around, she doesn't shift all the time. So I just basically set it in this thing. Like so. Let's see what happens if we do it like this. This was looking a little bit better. It was feeling a little bit better, but I'm still not sure about it moving up or down. Hey, everyone. Say hello to my lovely wife in the chat. She doesn't crash the stream very often. Yeah, so that is of course also not really cool. So basically it now starts shooting over there. Why is it still shooting up? That's like super weird. Why is that bullet moving up? Let me check the gun point. See, it's moving over its x-axis, which is up and down, which is freaking weird because I am not adjusting that, right? That is weird. Right? Am I adjusting that? Random offset. On the X, we have 0. On the Y, we have the random range. That is weird. Because it's looking at Carly's center position. But one thing I didn't like is I didn't like the fact that it sort of started looking the other way while I was at this. So let me try one different thing. Let's make it a cloud. Let's make it a cloud. Let's sort of take this, but say for each. No, how would I do that? No, I just wanted to. I could still take this. I only have to take away this one, so it doesn't. It basically does it all at the same time. Let's see how this looks. Let's see how this looks, shall we? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mrs. Nugget. You are my girlfriend. Yes, not my wife. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, we only have kids, perhaps a dog, and a house, and a company, and all those things. I think this also looks not... But why is it still moving up? That is actually really frustrating me. See the Y? What? Why? Why is the Y like that? All right. Let's then try the X. Let's try the X. Oh, Def Red Games. You are asking the very tough questions. No, the flying airplane level will not be in the base game. I have been looking... Is it working right now? Let me take 2 shots. Yes, so it was actually the x-axis. I have been looking at the game and the content that I was putting out and what I want to make, and I want to finish this game, so I had to scrap some of the things. And the cool shoot 'em up area was actually so different mechanically that I could no longer justify it being in the game without me spending very big amount of extra time finishing and polishing the game. And so I would rather have a finished game than have a ton of different mechanics which basically don't really mesh with the core game, like my core game pillars. You can ask why I added like the shoot 'em up, because I thought it was like a nice break from doing this, dodging bullets and slashing robots. But I still think it would be a really cool break because it was just a short section. But that is why I find it so hard to justify spending so much time on it. Yeah. It's really hard. It's really hard. But there are things like DLC, downloadable content. There's, a wrench too. There is a lot of different things I could do with those things. So now it sort of shoots a random gazuggle, is what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a gazuggle. But I'm actually going to quadruple. Quadruple would be making it 30. No, quadruple 40. Quadruple the range in this thing. Oh, that's way too much, because now that is way too much. Let's make it something like 25. So now the bullets are sort of in a range. So it sort of protects itself. I actually kind of like that, but I do feel that it needs... So I want to have some control over the random offset. So I'm just going to do it like this. No, because So what I want is I want more control over the randomness of it, but I don't want to hard code it. So let me just... I could make three variables, random offset range, like x, 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 doom, 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 x, random y, Let's make the X a little bit smaller. Let's do it like this. That would be fine. I could also make it like a vector, but this is Y. That's really confusing because this is X. Is it because the look at is turned the other way? I guess it is. Is it not? Well, it's confusing as hell, but let's just keep it like this. I actually closed my window against the mosquitoes and the bugs out here, but I think I'm going to open it up again. Yeah, so now it also has like an up and down. Oh, I actually kind of like that. Is it 10 bullets again? Number of random shots. I think it should be less, like something like 8 or something like that. So it sort of makes a big grid. I like that. Or I should crank this one to 25. Should do that anyway. Ooh. Because the cool thing is you have to like sort of pass this. Yeah, I have to work on the air attacks. You have to pass his... I like that, because you have to pass his field of bullets to get to him to sort of knock him in the head. I like that. I like that. I like it. This I like. This I like. So the random fire rate, that's not used anymore, right? No, I took that one out. So let's also take that one out here. Random bullet speed, we still use bullet counters. And no, well, it's only for that one, but it's fine. This is good. This is good. Still shoots at you while you're moving, so it sort of moves the... I like it. I like it. Let's make this baby a prefab. Let's make its hitbox a little bit bigger. And then let's put it in the level. Cube. I'll just make its hitbox bigger. Like so. Alright, so it's a medium enemy because it has more health. Game assets. Enemies. I have a bots folder, Blast Beetle Bombardier. No, I don't have one for you yet. Which is a... Or do I have it? No. A bullet storm. I will create a folder called Prefab. Whoop. Drag that one in. No, actually, don't think I do that with my... Or do I? No, I do. Alright. Cool. So, no, not alt tabbing. But... Opening up the Triton's Reach, the tunnel. I'm in a tunnel. Alright, let's see where I wanted to have these. I think here is the first place we will encounter them. Perhaps 2 already? Perhaps 1. There can be only 1. And so now, that is actually a thing that will happen, right? So now it will stay... So I have to think about that as well. Because now it will stay perfectly still until I am in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? So this one's going to... I will have to deal with these first because they will destroy me. Ah! Oh wait, he still only shoots 2 bullets. That was of course very much... very much not intended. He did 8, right? They should be nice and fast, actually, I think. The first bullets that he shoots should be nice and fast. Hey, why are you moving in on me? I wasn't in your activation range yet. And stop shooting bullets at me, will ya? Ah, I just took a ginormous hit there. This level is actually pretty challenging with all the blast beetles and enemies trying to... Ooh, that's actually something that is not possible. Well, screw you too. That is actually pretty hard. So it shouldn't... No. So I was basically just in range, I guess. Well, that's weird. Stop it. I'm not good enough in my own game to play it. Oh, whoa, yo. That is actually pretty cool. I think with some tweaking and some adjustments, this could actually be a really cool enemy. There's actually one over here as well. Perhaps maybe even 2. Because I'm going to murder all of you. With enemies, of course. Two? That might actually be way too difficult. Well, there's gonna be 2 here as well. And then maybe just 1 over here. And 1 over here. And then 1 over here. Maybe 2. Maybe another one. Maybe this is way too difficult, perhaps. Because these will also start throwing shit. I love it! I love it already. Alright, let's play this game. Let's see how many times I die. I will really try my best for you guys. I should maybe... Oh yeah, that's one of the... I should try and buy some things, actually. They don't... All these enemies don't spawn scrap yet. No! Darn it. Alright, first go for the nests. Watch out for the toxic water. Darn it. I do want to see some no-hit runs from you guys, definitely. If the new demo is out. If I have like... No, Lex, you're such an idiot. You shouldn't use the roll. If I have a demo out for this, no hit runs, guys. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. It's gonna be impossible. I'm calling it. It's gonna be impossible. Alright, so gotta go for the nests first, because otherwise they will make everything... Why did I get hit over there? That's just not fair. That's just buggy programming. No! Darn it. What in tarnation? Oh no, things are falling down. Alright, let's go over here. Let's see what's cooking here. It's all fun and games where they're that far away. Right. And I'm speed running here. Oh, I'm speed running here a bit, I was gonna say. Look at how nice these reset. That was actually quite the puzzle to figure out. Because they're rigid bodies, and well. Do. I like double jump dashing, but you can actually make most of these jumps by just double jumping. But, you know. Oh. I just want to fall down again. Oh, there he is already. Oh, first the nest. Ah! Crap. Ooh, he's actually pretty... Oh, I forgot I could kill the bullets. I almost died. So you can actually, from here, jump over to here, but I don't want that. So I needed to make a wall over there, but I forgot. You can actually, you don't have to use the... Oh, they're already there. Why? Oh, because they try to maintain the position I have. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. So 2 of them, that is a bit... Dead already. So I'm seeing a problem with 2 of them because they are trying to stay. I almost died there. They're trying to stay at A. I thought I put a checkpoint over there. No, that's mean. They are trying to stay at a certain distance, but that is actually really difficult. Oh, they don't reset. And they don't reset properly, which is a problem. I will destroy them nonetheless. They don't reset properly? That's weird. Hey, stop throwing things at me. So 2 of them is a problem. So let's see that over here as well. Yeah, see, so this is actually what's starting to happen. Because they sort of try to avoid each other. So one thing I could do is I could make them their hitboxes I could make their hitboxes ginormous so that they try and avoid each other with much greater space in between. Well, I would also like there to be a random time interval so that if there's 2 or more. So that's why we're testing, right? So we're learning things. So we're... No. So I'm seeing a problem with the way they move and the way they shoot and the way I have to kill them. So actually 10 shots is way too much because I have to spend way too much time dodging and I'm spending less time killing, which isn't as much fun. But I will play through the level, nevertheless, because I think we will do the tweaking in another session. But now I want to finish the level. This, again, guys, this is my favorite section. Oh no, I died. Well, I didn't die. That water should be deadly, but it isn't. So there's something wrong over there. But again, that's why we test, right? I'm really curious, though, how it looks if the camera cannot move beyond the end of the pipes. So actually the camera shouldn't be able to move further than this. So if Carly would move towards us right now, then the camera should stay static, actually. Which is easily done with a camera confiner. Confiner? Well, some bounds for the cameras, but I need to add those. I need to not teleport away with this platform, because then I will start at the beginning again. I'm actually not sure why I put these blocks here. So some cool storytelling at this point. And I'm like rushing through, right? Ow, why are you here? Wow, I'm getting hit like crazy. So I really need to address that, because I was definitely thinking I was hitting him. They are tough, though. They are really, really way too tough as they are. And I'm just terribly bad at my game, but you know, there's going to be a lot of people that are terribly bad at my game, and I still would like them to play it. So they don't reset really well, and I think that has to do with the fact if they are in their waiting stage. Oh, fudge. And why did that one come to the bridge? We put that one way, way down, right? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Lucky for me, they don't reset well. So I thought I put that one over here. So that is actually something that is really interesting. Why was it over there? That is something we are going to figure out after I finish this level. Haha. Oh. Oh, there should be one over here as well. This should definitely be an epic battle. An epicus battleicus. No, the timing of that one is terribly set by myself. Stop throwing bombs at me. I'm going to go not through the door, but this way today. Alright, so I'm not going to die in this. I'm first going to destroy all the bomb throwers. So these are just finally shooting at me. Now I will dodge underneath. No, that was just way off. That was way off. So air combat, this is telling me air combat definitely needs some refinement and is very difficult. Because also, I never really had air combat before, so I didn't really tweak it. Oh my frickin', where am I? Wait, this is way back. Oh wait, I know. I know what happened. Why am I slowing down? I missed the checkpoint because I didn't go through the door. I should put an extra checkpoint over there. Was there still one over here? Yeah, but it was broken. And so we are nearing the end. Here things are falling. People are crying. Children, well, hopefully not dying. Dodging stuff, trying to get over here. Oh, finally we are here. Whew. All right. And so we have a start. Something I wanted to draw some attention to, is my mouse still working? Yeah. Is that I have been playing this level and I've been rushing through it, right? There's no art, there's no secrets yet, there's no short exploration bits, there's no things, but I already took like 12 minutes and 7 seconds. And I've played through this tunnel like multiple times. Thanks, Auto Horizon. Played through this level multiple times. I know how it, I made it, so I know the way it fits together. I know where I need to go. I know all the jumps and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because the last time we were working on these gray boxes and these levels. I started off with a length gray box. In this case, the length gray box is also sort of the level, but this is basically how I start a level, which is basically just a path from start to finish with some turns and stuff like that, which you can basically walk. You can only walk because it sort of gives a feel for the length and the direction the level goes. But this only takes, in this case, I think for a wrench level, it was like between 4 or 5 minutes if you just walk it from start to finish. And people are always concerned with, fuck, I need to make at least 12 hours of content for my game because otherwise people aren't engaged, and I need to make massive levels, and I need to make challenges that last hours and stuff like that. But so they start making levels and make them like enormous, and you also have to like skin an enormous level, you have to fill an enormous level, you have to test an enormous level, you have to do all those things. And then in the end, when someone plays one of their levels, it takes a player way too much time to finish a level, and they are super disengaged, and they it's a lot of work for the developer. So I always feel like starting small gives you more and better results, right? So I made a length gray box of 4 minutes. I now rush through it in 12, and it's not even finished, right? So a player getting their hands first time on this game will definitely spend like something like 30 to 40 minutes, I guess, unless they're speed running and rushing through the game as well. But they will spend somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes in this level, right? And there's also a boss fight which gets added to this. So that's something to think about, right? So instead of stressing out, because now I realize that the way I said it, it's of course not bad that a player spends a lot of time in a level unless they get disengaged, right? Because we want to build some longevity to our indie games. But I don't necessarily believe you do that by making a ginormous level and then putting yourself as a dev in so much work that you cannot like finish or even comprehend making this level, right? Okay. A couple of things. So one of the things that I don't like is the fact that it shoots 10 shots. Those are way too much. I think I will halve it. Go big or go home. Another thing is they stick together too much. So I will just give these a giant radius. Let's see what happens if I give them a giant radius. Let's just see what happens. And so why? Oh, I know what's happening. So this dude is walking, and you might say, well, Lex, that is actually pretty weird that it's walking. Why is it walking? Because its walking script is set to active. Oh, so it always walks. So that's why the one dude was on top of the bridge. Because it was active. Do in the base activate enemy I say something about its movement behavior? No. So what I want to do here is I want to activate its enemy walking behavior, and as soon as it's deactivate, I want to deactivate its walking behavior. So I guess that's why they didn't work again after I died. But that also might have to do with this. But that gets set to true. The bullet counter gets set to 0. All these are being stopped. So even if we fire a grid, yeah, so that one gets deactivated, and let's say like in the middle of here it dies, or I die, then it's actually so that is what's happening, right? So I die, the player, and then reset gets called on the enemy because it doesn't die. So actually what would be a catch in deactivate enemy is also reset these, which needs to happen anyway. Yeah. So basically what happened when I died, all the enemies, which is something that's in the base class enemy, which the bullet storm drone inherits from, a reset function gets called. So they reset their behavior. And one thing that I didn't do was reset the normal firing state. So it never returned back to its normal firing state, because that boolean that we use to toggle the states, which I don't think we actually need, but you know, it's in there, didn't get reset after I died, only after it died. And so that's why, yeah, so now it is not moving. Well, it is actually moving. Why is it moving? So I should be able to stand over here. Yeah, so that one now comes into action. Now this one should also come into action. Let's see what happens if I die. So let's walk into some blast beetles. All right, so now I die. I die. And they reset. Yeah, so that's better. Let's see if we can get them together a little bit. Oh, they're also staying away from the blast beetles, I guess. Because nav mesh agents always try to stay away from other agents. This is actually pretty much better. So the thing is that it doesn't have a shadow on the floor yet, and that makes it really hard for me to like accurately pinpoint where they are. So that's one thing. So they will need to have, I could actually do that. Let's see if, that's the rumble. Let's see if that makes spotting them a little bit easier. Oh, I'm already streaming for 2 hours. Oh, I actually need to go to bed soon because I had a terrible night. My son was up in the middle of the night, and this past weekend, I don't know, I couldn't sleep. I just simply couldn't sleep. For now, I don't feel like copying a decal projector. Let's just make it a sort of thing underneath. I don't know, maybe it's me getting older, but I just couldn't sleep. And on Saturday, now I remember. See, I was starting to forget. On Saturday, I actually woke up on like 4:30 in the morning, and I just couldn't sleep. So around 5 o'clock, I just went up to the man cave, started working on the game a little bit, which I guess isn't that healthy, but you know, sometimes you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So now if my shadow sort of matches that plane that is underneath them, I know that I'm... Oh, I should have made it. So there I actually know I wasn't close. One thing I need to do, because this clearly was really crappy, is remove the collider from it, because I got stuck in it. He got stuck in it. Let me first deal with this nest. So I actually think it's a bit too high up. That is actually one of the problems. Oh, wait, and also... Oh, that might also be one of the problems, but I'm not really sure if that is the case. Yes. So the cube that I'm actually trying to destroy is not a trigger. And I always make all my enemies triggers, so I can actually walk through my enemies. Unless they are, of course, destroy on impact, right? Like so, I can move through them. This has multiple reasons. One of it is there are certain advantages if Carly could stand on top of the enemies. I also, since she is a bit movey and jumpy, when the battlefield gets a bit crowded, it's just plain annoying as well. You could skip like things. So this is basically a prop that makes enemies, right? So it's not an enemy itself. So this is, you can stand on that. But otherwise you could use enemies to get to different places that you perhaps shouldn't be able to get, or, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. So that might... yeah, now we go all the way back. That might also be a thing why it wasn't really working. Because I couldn't move through the bombardier. Yeah, so like hanging in the air and doing an air attack when it's moving, that is of course not... Oh, this is way better. I shouldn't do the triple and the down slash. I should just do the pop pop. Yeah, this is much better, much more fun, much better. So, you know, some simple tweaks. And I might even have it shoot like different projectiles or something like that. Oh, I remember. I couldn't get into that door. Whoa. So does this water... Yeah, this water does kill me. There was one pool that didn't kill me, right? Oh, it was underneath the tower. Let's fix that, and then I'm going to call it a night, Nuggets. I am actually pretty happy with the enemy that we made. Oh, it has a mesh glider. Let's make it a parts box. No, it's not. Let's make it a box glider. Let's make it a trigger. Let's remove that one. Is there nothing underneath? Ah, there's nothing underneath. All right. Let's do that then really quickly. Really quickly in it. Like so. And now I believe if I walk off here. Yes, I die. So that's better. All right. Perhaps for a medium enemy, they should die a little bit faster. I don't know. And so I want like targets on the ground for when the bombardiers throw their bombs and stuff like that. Oh, he could explode himself. Technically, that should be possible, but I know that in the previous stream, I think I tried that and I couldn't get it to work. So I won't dabble in that again. Let's see if I can still, because I changed this to a pipe. Yes. So these should be small waterfalls, right? We are still technically, well, not technically, we are still like in the lore of the world, we are underwater as well. So it is a closed down tunnel, right? So you should imagine that if we are in this section, you will... So the placement of that nest isn't good. So there's a wall over here as well. Oh, wow. That is just immensely funny. That is crazy. Of course that will happen. Of course that will happen. Because the bomb basically... So what happens is it follows the arc, and the arc gets projected to the floor underneath, like a collider underneath Carly, right? And as soon as the bomb hits any collider, so also Carly midair. So if I jump towards the bomb, you see it explodes, but I dashed, so I got some iframes. Right, so if Carly jumps, the bomb gets thrown underneath her feet, right? But here it basically gets thrown to the point in the sky, and then the bomb just doesn't hit any collider, so it doesn't explode. That is actually pretty funny. And as such, there is a speedrunner strat which... Oh, wait, that's actually pretty interesting. So let's say I go jump, jump, dash. Let's see if I can make that happen. Jump, jump, dash, jump. No, as soon as I hit the ball, I start to fall. As soon as I hit the ball, I start to fall. I thought, which might have been cool, is if my dash reset. That you could do something like this. And then have your dash reset. No. I could actually make that. I could just make it happen. It's my game. I can make it happen. Oh, all right, Nuggets. That was actually quite a productive session, quite a fun session. We made some pretty cool enemy. We made a pretty cool enemy. It, of course, as always, it needs a lot of work, right? It's just a prototype. But now that I've placed it around a bit, well, we already fixed some really quick issues. So definitely throughout the week, I will be playing this level some more and trying to really get a feel for this enemy and for what I want it to look like, because I have absolutely no idea. I know in the thumbnail I had Midjourney generate something, but that's definitely not going to be it. So I also have to think about how it looks, and then at some point, because that's what happens as soon as you make a model, then you will have to adjust your code again. You will have to adjust the enemy, because maybe you come up with something which is really cool in the design, like it having, I don't know, let's say it has two giant propellers. Is that the word? I don't know. Propellers, like blades spinning around really fast. So you might also have it, I don't know, blow the bombs away when they get close. I don't know. I'm just saying something stupid right now, but you get the point, right? So the design of the enemy could also inform some of the mechanics. So I will have to take a look at it again. But nevertheless, this run through that we did, the 12-minute run through, sort of was this level. I'm actually really excited for you guys playing it as well and seeing what you guys think. One of the things that I still have to do, if we go back here really quickly, I was rounding up, but this is the way it goes, is have these sections. So this section right here and the section right there at the end where sort of debris is falling down and rocks are falling down. And then at some point, of course, there are some pickups. And there's a mission you have to do right here at this room. Those things will need to be integrated, and the story will have to be integrated, dialogue will have to be integrated, NPCs that you run into, and all those kinds of things will be also prototyped in Greyboxed as well. But that's the next step after all the levels are at this stage. So basically right now the plan is to have all the levels at this stage, then do all the boss fights, also in a prototyping stage, then do all the things that I just said, so adding pickups, parts, NPCs, stories, stuff like that. And then after that, there's basically an alpha of the full game, which would be amazing. But that will take a couple of more weeks, I presume, especially at the pace that I've been at it lately, which is not that fast. Nevertheless, I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for watching this stream, for commenting. The chat was really active, which I am really stoked about, and this is a thing I really like. I love you guys talking amongst each other, and I love you guys coming up with new stuff and helping me out and pitching ideas. And so if that is something you also really like doing and you're not on my Discord yet, there's a link in the description down below to join that Discord, which is amazing. And if you haven't liked this video, you know, well, like it, follow, subscribe, you know, do all the things that all the people do. Again, I thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day, morning, night, whatever it is at your place. And I hope to catch you on the next live stream where we work out some more stuff and Greybox some more levels. Have a great one.